doing a podcast.
Jimmy boy, a massive weekend. So many different talking points. And we've tried to not talk to each other too much the last couple of days, but Marc Márquez coming from 104 points behind, now a 40-point deficit in the championship. Marco Bezzecchi, just an unbelievable action towards the marshals. What a weekend it was.
I think you said during the weekend to me, Tom, when we spoke briefly, it was about like how can this championship just go even more crazy? How can it be just go even wilder or heat up even more?
Yeah, it's just incredible.
And then the sprint Saturday happens.
I know.
And we'll get to everything, guys. We will get to everything. We're going to dissect everything. But just the forgotten soul in all this, to a degree, is poor old Pecco Bagnaia, who actually wins the sprint on Saturday, overshadowed completely, and then gets third in the main race. It's great to see Pecco Bagnaia back in form.
Yeah, finishing third. Is it his third race in a row? Fourth race in a row?
I think it's his fourth podium.
So it is. And he dominated that sprint, didn't he? And
Yeah.
I can't believe the Ducatis kept those soft tyres last, the sprint race. Mir made it last on the main race as well. That's a massive talking point of what they've done with this Ducati over the last few weekends.
Yeah.
Is tyre life seems to be better. A lot of things seem to be better, to be honest.
Yeah, I think just rideability and corner entry as well is been a huge topic with them. So, the big thing for Pecco Bagnaia is front end feel, and that was all of his issues last year. And then coming into these last few rounds, he's obviously felt a lot better. Probably landed on his feet a little bit in Balaton Park, but. Really, again, we're going to talk about everything, but it was great to see Pecco Bagnaia up there with some serious speed.
Can't you started the night with Pecco Bagnaia?
I know, but
of all things,
and it's funny to laugh at him when he's forgotten.
Yeah.
But he wins a sprint Saturday, and he's just not talked about.
No,
and then Marc Márquez wins on Sunday. And it's like there's crazy points gap now. It's 40 points, etc., etc. Bezzecchi can't race, but it's just props to Bagnaia. It's when we first started this pod, Tom. Bagnaia was winning every weekend. We were so over it.
Yeah,
we were so over it. And he was a bit boring. Boring Bagnaia.
Yeah.
That was his nickname. But it's just he just seems so much more relaxed now. I don't know if you watched the end of the sprint race. When they're in the car to do that little podcasty thing in the car. And Bagnaia is asking Ai Ogura how old he is, and Mark just wanted to know information on tyre life. I love that shit.
Classic. That was a classic clip, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Just the two different minds at work.
I was so autistic about that click. I was so autistic about that clip. I reckon, and I promise you I'm not lying. I think I rewatched it about 20 to 25 times in a row.
Just shows you the mindset of Marc Márquez at the moment. He was wanting to get any information he possibly could on the medium tyre.
Yeah.
Because he knew he was going to be on that medium tyre on Sunday, and boy did he make it work. So,
yeah.
Yeah, it was an interesting piece, and it just shows a different mindset. But you're right, it shows that Pecco is relaxed. It's not all race. After the race, calm, collective.
Yeah, and we spoke about this a few weekends ago. Is expectations have changed.
Yeah.
I'm sure he wants to race win, but he got the sprint. And we saw him when he crossed that finish line. He was so happy. Fist pump in the air, 2-3 years ago, whatever. That'd be whatever. But it was just so ecstatic. So obviously expectations have changed. There's nowhere near the amount of pressure on Bagnaia as there was this time last year when he crumbled. But yeah, I know it was good to see. It was it was almost heartwarming, and I've got a lot of respect for Pecco Bagnaia, and it's great to see him back up there. I think it's good. I still think it's good for the sport.
Definitely, Italian on Italian machine, it is. But mate, Marc Márquez. I mean, I didn't see it coming. I know a few people around the town did, but. It's just flipped on its head. He's going to be...
There's so many different branches of stories to this.
I mean, we've just to reiterate, we've come out of Mugello. Bez has dominated the weekend. Probably one of the best days of his life, winning home soil.
Especially, and for Aprilia.
For Aprilia. Marc Márquez, 102 points behind.
Yeah.
And now it's 40 points. In a blink of an eye, it's 40 points, 2 races later. Fucking hell. Mate, we were writing him off. Don't get me wrong. I was writing him off. Championship was done. We were, singing the praise of Aprilia. And in 2 weekends, it's gone back to, fuck, it's easy. He'll do that in 2 weekends.
40 points, he can do that. Oh, anyone can do that, obviously. But just how we got to that 40 points is just so crazy. And it's and it's almost an unforced error. It is an unforced error on Aprilia. You've had Jorge Martin take out 2 other Aprilias with Bezzecchi, and then obviously the whole incident with Bezzecchi in the sprint race. But
which we will touch on.
We will. Are we? I don't know if it's a big talking point. But Mark, just talk about just like capitalizing, and you just can't give that. He's the last person you got to give a sniff in the championship. Yeah, as you said, he's 102 points down. Now he's 40 points down. He's won Peloton. He won one in the Peloton, and then for Bezzecchi just to throw away Brno after obviously he crashed on the sprint race, and then it was I don't know what's the word. He was disqualified from the main race. Whatever it is. Banned from the main race.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, he had a race ban. So that was the next race. So
and then for him to Mark to get 3rd in the sprint, and then to just somehow clutch it in the main race. And what was really impressive, and this is just such a Marc Márquez way that he won, was he just conserved the tyres. He even said like you would have a couple goes at trying to get Pecco Bagnaia, and then the front tyre would obviously overheat. Tyre pressures would go through the roof, etc., etc. Then he would have a few goes, couldn't make it, so he drops back again, goes up, drops back again, and then just made it work. And then as soon as he passed Bagnaia, I was like, it was game over.
It was clinical, wasn't it?
Clinical, yeah.
Yeah, we and I didn't know this. Listen to Matt Bird's commentary. It was really interesting. He was talking about they have to hit a minimum amount for this tyre pressure. So you don't have to be every single lap. You don't have to be under or over. You have to reach a minimum amount. So half the time they're waiting to hit that a minimum amount and then attacking, which is so not MotoGP. No. I mean, we talk about this every week. But Márquez took advantage of it, made it work. I thought I was going to get him at the end. I thought he's going to have the late race pace, but I knew you were going to be on Márquez's side the whole race because, again, we talk about Ai Ogura's late race pace, but Marc Márquez is the king of it.
Well, yeah, he is the king of it.
King.
He's just that's what he's built his whole career on, is just conserving tyres and then just being able to put the laps in when he needs to put the laps in. That's all he's had to do, really. And especially on the Ducati. Like, he's been incredible on the Ducati with that. But to Ai Ogura, obviously amazing. We'll speak about him. But trying to fight off a charging Marc Márquez when he knows every point now matters it would be a very, very hard feat, and Mark just really didn't give anyone a sniff. No,
and mate, that, again, we talk about how first laps are so important. His pass on Digia, that first lap on the 3rd corner, it could have been a completely different race after that point.
Really good point.
It's something that we just saw of him in the first 6 races. We know he had his shoulder injury with the nerve, with the screw, but him putting that pass up the inside, no mercy as always. That is the difference.
I'm really glad you brought that up, and it's a very, very, very good point you make, because last week you said to me, imagine if Digia passes Mark and then he can't pass back, and what happens?
Well, that was the race. That was a race-winning move. I mean, you can talk about Bagnaia and you can talk about that pass as well, but that was a race-winning move for me, because you get back in that hot air, the tire pressure goes up, you don't know what's going to happen, you know. So. Yeah, it was amazing from Marc Márquez, and just how juicy the championship is.
40 points, Tom.
The person I feel sorry for is Massimo Rivola. He's had to come up on stage twice in 2 weeks and just apologise for his rider's behaviour. I mean, you've got, Jorge Martin, a ridiculous first corner move. Some say unlucky, but still, you do the crime, do the time, and then you've got a rider slapping a marshal twice in the gravel trap.
Yeah,
I mean, one push of the face you might get away with, James, but a second one you just don't. And look, he was so remorseful. Bezzecchi, we saw that on Sunday morning when he apologised, but there is no room for that in MotoGP or any sort of motorbike or car racing.
No, there's definitely no room for that at all. I can fully understand, it's such a hard one, and I've really been trying to think about this, but I can understand why you'd be so hot-headed and you've just thrown a 12 points, whatever, down the road, 8-7 points.
It's not a lot though. It's a sprint race.
No, I know, but it's you're full of adrenaline. Yeah. You're going 300 something kilometers an hour. But to run over, and obviously the guy didn't mean to rev bomb his bike, and he's not trying to blow up the engine. He's not Maverick Vinales as a marshal. But to go over and then I can almost understand the push to a degree because I've seen it before.
Yeah.
But then the slap was just like crazy. And you got to remember, like everyone knows, like, these marshals aren't paid. It's all volunteer work. Like you can't do that. And it's funny, he goes back into the box and he didn't tell Rivola that. Massimo Rivola's like, he only told me that he pushed him. And then it all comes out, obviously, the footage. Now, with the footage, it wasn't on the world feed.
No.
They didn't play it.
Well, I watched the whole race and went to sleep and then woke up the next morning to the news.
Yeah.
So our European correspondent, Stewie, from On Track Experiences, was at the corner.
He almost got all the footage as well.
Yeah, but I believe you might not even have noticed it, Like it could have been there was more bikes coming past. It all happened so quickly. So it wasn't news after the race, I believe. I mean, I went to bed pretty quickly after that, after a couple of wines. But yeah, it wasn't news for me until the next morning. I don't know about you.
Yeah, same. Because I was out drinking on Saturday night. So,
I was drinking in on Saturday night. But for me, it's just it's such a bad look for the young kids and anyone coming through. Of course, the adrenaline. You get an allocation of engines per year, and that's the other thing. And the bike revving on its side is probably one of the worst things for an engine. I'm not sure if you can enlighten me any more than that, but
I'm sure like the MotoGP engines would just be what's the word, like so temperamental with all that stuff.
Surprised the bike stayed on as well. It's on its side after a crash. I mean, it's and a marshal could easily have done it. He picks it up as it was running. And then accidentally just gives it a bit of whiskey throttle. I mean, it just happens, doesn't it?
It does.
I'm surprised he didn't just, turn it off when it was off, but when it was on its side. But who knows?
Look, hot-headed. Don't agree with what happens. I feel sorry for him because he was ran through the coals, like on social, and you're gonna that's just part of it now. That's just what's going to happen. But it was. You could see how remorseful he was. He goes over the next morning. He was crying, man. He was crying to the guy, hugging him.
So out of character as well for him.
Yeah.
But you know what, James? Funnily enough, I know this might sound ridiculous to the people at home. It might actually put his stocks up. The way he responded to that and the way he went there, the hug, the cry, everything, the remorse, it actually might put him in good stead for the future and be like, fuck, that guy made a mistake. We all make mistakes, but it's what you do after you make the mistakes. And he was a gentleman.
Yeah.
I don't know about the gloves. Like, probably could have given the boot or something.
I know, a helmet.
He gave him the gloves he slapped him with.
So crazy. So
or a
crazy.
helmet or something. Yeah. But like the gloves that he actually got slapped with. I mean, that was...
That'd be worth a bit of money.
Ironic. But and then we interviewed the marshal as well, and he was pretty distraught after, which would happen because...
You're all over the world.
You're all over the world, and it's embarrassing and all that kind of stuff. So... But for him, he's going to have a story to tell for the rest of his life, isn't he?
I know. At least he's got 15 minutes of fame.
Yeah.
But as you said, like it probably will put his stocks up to a degree. The way he handled it and what handled that situation was like good enough for me to just put it behind you and just move on.
But what would a Maverick Vinales do after that? It would be you'd ride the bike down there. Sorry, mate. Handshake out of there. Isn't actually sorry.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm paraphrasing, or it could have been anyone. I'm saying, but they're
a certain orange rider.
Yeah, but they're down there, the tears, everything, and I'm assuming he wasn't looking for people feeling sorry for him. He didn't. There wasn't a camera crew waiting there for him, like that. And these things you notice. I think it was people on their camera phones, whatever, took the footage. So yeah, I think just got to move on to the next race, and he was amazing in the Dutch TT last year, James. That was when Aprilia really changed, and we'll talk about the preview. We're gonna have our preview show on Patreon after this, but we'll talk about more about that. But he stalked Marc last year, and this is where Aprilia really changed their tune going through the next few races. So the same thing might happen again with Aprilia.
Is from the incident. Is it just the reaction of Marco Bezzecchi and everything like that? Is that just accumulation of pressure from now Marc got speed? Marc was ahead of him.
Yeah.
He lost all those points in Balaton Park. We talk about the Márquez effect and how much... how he's just obviously he's a different type of pressure to any other rider. If it's Ai Ogura chasing you down or Jorge Martin, it's different to Marc Márquez.
Yeah,
and it must be.
Yeah, and pressure is a funny thing. We had a few messages, just to look at one. Elements, Alco spoke about Rossi is behind Bez at the start of the sprint, whispering in his ear, telling him this, telling him that. What kind of pressure that's putting on someone, you know? That's the other thing. And we knew that Ducatis were going to be fast. They were on the soft tyre as well. Yeah, it's a lot of pressure.
For sure.
And the Marc Márquez effect, brother. Like, we know that. 0.01 MM93. Like, fuck, could you get any more scary fucking message in World Motorsport? Probably not.
Matt Burt spoke about that during the race, even for Pecco Bagnaia. It's like, there's the last thing you want to see is 0.01 MM93.
It was 0.4, then it was 0.1. Like, you're just shuddering in your boots. When does that happen and then someone's pulled away again? It just doesn't happen.
No, it doesn't happen.
So yeah,
And we talk about, you know, people winning titles. Marco Bezzecchi hasn't won a MotoGP World Championship. He's fighting for his first one. So it means everything. So then if you were 102 points up a few weeks ago to now 40, thinking, or, you know, not even, or whatever that is on the sprint race, thinking like he's just closing and closing and closing. And we all know he's just going to get faster and faster and faster and stronger. So like, it's got to be a bit of accumulation of just pressure.
Yeah.
Where now he has to just reset and somehow put it out of his mind and then go to battle with Marc Márquez, because that's all he has to do now is go to battle with Marc.
Which I think, I mean, let's talk about the Dutch TT's got a real big chance. Sachsenring, I don't think you put anything. You could put a donkey under Marc Márquez. You're still going to be competitive. So for me, it's and then the summer break. So
which Marc needs.
So Bez. It's a must win this weekend.
Yeah.
And again, the pressure. Then you got Jorge Martin as well trying to fight for the wins. You're going to have fucking Ai Ogura now, confidence up. Raul Fernandez had a really rough week. I think he had appendicitis, James. So that's my excuse for putting him in the top 3. But so there's just so many different options this weekend, especially with Aprilia fast at this track. It's just going to seesaw all year. I think we spoke about this a couple of weeks ago. Some tracks are going to be Ducati, some tracks are going to be Aprilia, but that's what makes it so exciting for us.
Motorheaven.com.au T-Shabs. It is tax time, and I thought we'd give the listeners an unofficial tax advice.
Well, James, a hard hat could be a motorcycle helmet.
Yep.
Motocross boots could be work boots. What do you reckon?
100%. Even a cardo could be communication for your workers. It's amazing.
So yeah, end of financial year and tax time, motorheaven.com.au. Go get yourself a cracker deal.
Done.
Thank you.
Yes, yeah, for sure. But I think Marc is always just going to be there now. And we haven't really seen a fully fit Bez and a fully fit Marc have a duel. There was Assen, and then obviously Bez was so much quicker in Mandalika, but took Marc out, got him injured, and that was it.
Well, that's the thing. That's the last time we saw the battle, and realistically, he just punted him off, didn't he?
Yeah.
So, but you know what? In saying that, James, that weekend at Mandalika, Bez was fucking faster, way faster that weekend.
Way faster.
And they were both fully fit at that point.
But that was really the only weekend where we thought, that was actually the only weekend where we thought Bez is so much quicker. Everything else, he wasn't.
And then ever since then, Bez won every single race up until, when? A couple of 3 weekends ago. So,
you know, it's a Le Mans maybe when Jorge
Le Mans,
won. So it's just massive news, man. It's just such talking points, and, you know, people like us, you know, put our hands together and go, oh my God, how exciting is this? Because it is. It's so exciting. But I do feel for Bez. Stupid. No excuses for everything he did. But I feel for him, and I think we just got to move on now. Like, it is what it is. It's done.
Yeah, we've all had incidences in the past.
I know, everyone's human.
You make a mistake, and you know, might punch someone up you didn't want to punch up, and then you regret it. So it's the same situation. It's just such a bad look, as we know.
Yeah.
Let me jump on to a couple of things. So, guys, YouTube, subscribe. If you're not subscribed right now, if you can click that subscribe button, it really helps us moving forward with new content and growing the channel. So we really appreciate that. If you don't understand it, you just look at the screen, press subscribe, and then you don't have to worry about anything else. It doesn't cost anything, James. So that would be really, really, really appreciated. Let's jump on to results. So Marc Márquez first, James, unbelievable effort as we touched on. Ai Ogura, we haven't really even spoken about him, but we will in second. Bagnaia, great weekend in third. Digia, fastest lap on the last lap. James, he had the pace in fourth.
He did.
Juan Mir surviving the soft tyre, surviving the front end crash, which was the most amazing thing. Because he's been taken out 3 times in a row by another rider, you know. Aldeguer in 6th. He wasn't really spoken about, but great effort. Raul Fernandez, sick in 7th. Marini 8th. Jorge Martin 9th. And Bastianini in 10th.
Roy Martin, I guess, is...
We called it though.
Yeah,
he went down to I think 13th. We thought it'd probably be 15th, 16th, and then finished in. It was always going to be caught up in the battle between KTM's and Hondas. Like that, there's just so many fast bikes out there.
He didn't have race winning pace anyway. He said he had no front end feel like the whole weekend, and he's saying that he's not 100% fit after his big crash in Barcelona.
Yeah, well, it's great from the Repsol Hondas, both of them in the top 8.
Repsol Hondas. Fuck, 3 years ago, mate.
Same shit. Can I just call it that? Can I just do this?
No, I like it.
Factory Honda, Repsol Honda. But yeah, Moreira was kind of disappointing in the main race, sort of fingered down to 11th. Still amazing result for him on a Honda, but he obviously qualified so well and was looking pretty fast.
Yeah.
So, but it's a long race, especially James that. Brno, it's a beautiful circuit, resurfaced, how fast they were, how quick they are. And I was reading today and listening today, and they were talking about there was such big gaps between 5th and 6th, and there's such big gaps. The best riders in the world can feel the grip and know that they're going to have enough grip till the end of the race and go as early as you can.
Yeah.
Some riders underestimate that, and because it was so grippy, it was just hard to judge that. How much time am I going to have left at the end, and you saw that in the smaller classes, Moto 2 and Moto 3, where these guys were going so quick and then they just dropped out. You just got to be so careful.
Alonso Lopez spec.
Yeah, exactly right.
We'll never forget that. Juan Mir, amazing ride in 5th. Obviously 12 seconds behind the lead, but for Honda, he finally didn't crash, which was amazing. I think he's been taken out there 3 times in the last 3 years.
Yeah,
Juan Mir and Brno. Anyway, it's for Honda, it's a little bit of hope, which is cool. And on that, we'll obviously talk about the 850cc test, but it is locked in. It's Juan Mir and Luca Marini testing the factory Honda bike for the 850cc. Alberto Puig was interviewed on Friday practice about it.
Yeah, didn't give a lot, did he?
His answer was, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Don't want to put Diego Moreira on there because it's absolutely stupid, in his words, to put a rookie on and mix him up between 1,000 and 850cc
Thoughts
bike.
on that?
Look, man, it's Alberto Puig. He knows a lot more than me, so I'm going to take his word as gospel, to be honest. But I just thought, Diego Moreira is obviously a talent in Moto 2 world champion. Surely he can. They can try and build that bike around Diego on an 850cc bike, and he can still ride the thousands. Surely. But then who were we speaking to? And they were talking about Zarco and how hard it is to go from riding Suzuka 8 hours to then back to MotoGP. Remember, he had that massive drop off.
Yeah, he did.
I think it was Vermeulen.
Yeah, he did.
Vermeulen?
Well, yeah, he competed in the 8 hour last year, and his results just went downhill from there. So, and even Checo Nello said he doesn't know what's wrong with Zarco. Remember, we were interviewing Johan in Phillip Island, and we saw Checo on the thing going like this, what's going on? Because he was 15th, 16th when he was podium some races. So, does it really have that much of an effect? I mean, we don't know, but fuck it out, it's crazy.
It is crazy.
But Taki Nakagami is sitting in the pits looking fresh as a daisy, watching on. Why can't he test the bike?
Yeah, I don't know. They just want 2 fast, experienced riders. Yeah, it's a weird one.
It really, James, it must really just mean they're just blowing the cobs off these things. Because if they want to get real data and if they want to get real results from this test and to figure out what to do and to the direction of the bike, they're not going to help them.
Well, there's 400 Pirellis in 15 different specifications to get through.
Jesus Christ.
So they are obviously, it's a big job. So I don't know. I just still think it would be good for Diego Moreira to be doing it, but they know a lot more than us, especially Alberto Puig has been doing it for so long,
Yeah.
I just thought that was interesting. It's crazy. Crazy.
Yeah.
Tom, for me, for you, sorry, we've got a new segments that we're going to introduce to the show called Real or Overreaction.
Yes.
And the first one is about Ai Ogura, and the sentence is Ai Ogura to win a race this season. Is that real or is it an overreaction?
You think he is going to win a race this year? Or the question is, will he win a race this
Ai
year?
Ogura to win a race this year. Is that real or is that an overreaction?
No, I think it's an overreaction, James. I don't see him winning a race. He he was 6/10 behind Marc Márquez, but he might as well be in 10 seconds. To catch him and pass him and stay in front for the rest of that race would have been a fucking near impossible experience.
Yeah.
To get up to the rear of these bikes now and to pass a great rider like Marc Márquez and then stay in front, fighting for the win, it's tough.
Was it be a real scenario if Marc wasn't racing?
Marc Márquez, a fit Márquez and a fit Bezzecchi, both up there fighting for the win, for him to come through and win. Yeah, he can come from 8th to 3rd. Yeah, but, coming from 20th to 3rd is probably easier than going from 3rd to 1st in modern day MotoGP.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Just to win a race. We know with Acosta, how many fucking times has he been there or tried and failed? I mean, his bike keeps failing him, which we'll touch on shortly, but just to win a MotoGP race has never been tougher.
Yeah.
It's as simple as that.
No, I completely agree with that. Right now, it is... And it's what's crazy. We've had so many different winners. Yeah. We've had Bez, Jorge Martin, Marc Márquez, Digia, and Alex Marquez. There's been 5 different winners and there's 9 rounds.
But the big thing is, and you know this, it's most of those races Marc Márquez wasn't fit.
100%.
So... that's the big difference this year. And if you're right, if there was a no Marc Márquez on the grid, he's got every shot.
Yeah.
Because he's fighting the same guy on the same bike.
Yeah.
Sorry, the same bike, with Bez and Jorge Martin. But, dude, yeah. But you know what? Would I be surprised if he wins the race? Of course I wouldn't be. He's got so much talent. But just to finish first over the line at the moment, fuck.
Yeah.
Because I said that in the chat. We've got a Patreon chat we do within races. I said... it's such a cliche Superbike Shore line, but it's easily to go to the back of someone, but it's fucking very hard to pass.
Yeah, it is.
Catching's ones, passing is a whole different kettle of fish.
And again, as you said, especially against someone like Marc or Bez, it's
fighting for a win.
Yeah,
fighting for a win. You think you're going to put it up the inside of Marc Márquez? He's not going to repass you the next corner. Of course, he's going to. Fighting for a win. That's the difference. You might be able to put it up the inside halfway through the race, but he'll get you back.
Yeah. He's just a winner. Yeah. And now that as you said, now that Marc Márquez is fit or a lot fitter and fighting for wins consistently, he's won 2 in a row, it's going to be that much more difficult for anyone to score points. It's just how it's going to be, especially after the summer break.
Yeah. And James, don't get me wrong. They've done some amazing things with this Ducati. From the start of the year to where it is now, we talk about 2026 being not a development year because you've got the 850s coming, but they've done something in that bike. Did you have fastest in the last lap? Bagnaia, 4 podiums in a row. They've done something.
Yeah. Bagnaia is almost a good barometer, actually, for all that.
Yeah. So... for me, that Ducati through those years, 22, 23, 24, it was the most dominant bike. Nothing came close to it.
Yeah.
Now you have a Aprilia. Is it still faster? Maybe just. Maybe just.
I can't wait for us. And I'll be away, but I'll watch it in the islands.
Yes. Yeah, but you have me and Dammy next week, ladies and gentlemen. So Big Bandana Man is back on the pod. For a MotoGP pod without you, James. I'm like a lost kid at the shops.
It's the first regular pod I'm ever going to miss. Yeah. If any of our listeners are in the Cook Islands, come go a beer. I don't think there'll be many.
You have to find a bar that shows MotoGP. That'll be tough.
I'll let you know how I go.
Yeah.
I'll let you know how I go. So excited, but yeah, it's just MotoGP's has got that many storylines. Can you see Jorge Martin consistently fighting for wins against Marc and Bez and the likes?
Yeah. You asked me this question 2 weeks ago. I can. I know you can't. You're struggling with him at the moment, aren't you? And he ran a really, really rough weekend. Does a double lap penalty play on his mind throughout the whole weekend? Maybe.
Well, yeah, he was trying to... his bike cut out during one when he was trying to obviously suss out the line, and then he kept running wide out of it as well.
Well, the running wide ended up being the right move, which I was so surprised by.
Dangerous, man. Yeah. Dangerous how you could see him run wide onto there was a few times he went onto the grass and practice, but how he did that long lap penalty and then went out to the green and then he would cut back, I think, in front of Enea Bastianini.
Yeah.
But it was out of Bastianini's line of sight.
Yeah. Well, that was what they were saying in practice. He was practicing it on the green, and then Simon Crafer set out, well, if you go on the green, it's going to be a track limits violation. But everyone read that as you can't do it in your long lap penalty. But you could. So he went out and did it and went on the green. But it was actually probably safer doing that, James, than staying on the track. Because if he stayed onto the track, he'd be coming even more into someone's line.
Yeah.
So he actually chose the better way. But it was the shortest. It's the shortest time loss long lap penalty in the season.
Yeah.
He only lost, I think, a total of 4 seconds possibly on both long laps, which...
Oh, that's nothing.
Dream scenario. But again, he didn't have the pace. I mean, he finished in ninth place. So,
yeah, ninth.
It's a big wasted points, especially when, you had a Costa's engine blow up. Well, I don't know what happened again. We'll talk about that in a sec. And then you had, Acosta was out and obviously Bezzecchi wasn't racing. So,
just
missed opportunity.
Aprilia, man.
But a missed opportunity again. Marc Márquez wins. Yeah, and all his fucking title rivals all don't score points or very little amount of points.
Yeah, Diggio was kind of the only one.
But Costa's gone, Bezzecchi and Martin all out, all pretty much outside the top 9. So.
Aprilia just need a reset, don't they? Far out. They almost need a summer break.
But 2 weeks, James, 2 weekends. It's flipped on its head. It's amazing how quick it can change, and it can change again.
It can
flip again. Fit Marc Márquez is a scary prospect, but. You still got a 40-point lead. You still got an amazing motorcycle. You still have one of the best riders on the grid with Bezzecchi. Let's see what he's made of coming into the second half of the season.
I'm talking about KTM and Acosta. So in the sprint race, Pedro Acosta crashed out, and it was because his rear ride height device was stuck. So another technical, and he was trying to fix that. That's why I crashed. And then he obviously had that technical in the main race. You could see how distraught he was. But
we had tyre pressure issues in the main race as well, and then the last lap it cut out in the first corner.
You know what's funny about this, Tom? And I was like,
what's funny, James?
I was almost regretting what I've been saying, and I'm like, I think I've been just going into Brno. I'm like, I think I've been too harsh on KTM. Pedro's doing good. KTM, obviously, it's not like they're trying to make a bad motorcycle. They're not trying to come 15th place, but and then we get to the sprint race. And he crashes because his rear ride height device is stuck. And then he has a mechanical in the main race. And it's like, well, again, what are we doing? What are we doing here? There's major gremlins of that KTM and has already caused one massive crash. I feel, all I'm going to say is I just feel for Pedro Acosta because it's been just such a wasted year. It's been, and what he's doing on that KTM compared to everyone else is unreal. Bastianini's kind of up there, but he's 10th, and it's like he's normally hanging around, coming from 15th to 10th. If he's lucky, he might jag a top 6 maybe, but we kind of just don't really know with him. Maverick Vinales is, he needs to go to the Italian Super Stock Series. And Brad Binder, we all know, is done, going to World Superbike. So just Pedro Acosta is just that far ahead of everyone. And, deserving of podiums, but clearly the bike is letting him down in so many different ways.
Yes, it's you're right. And it's interesting next year, Tech 3 talking about signing 2 rookies, which I think is a crazy option. So,
I didn't know that.
Yeah, there was a story with him, signing both Manu and Senna. So, because, James, who would you rather? Are you rather a fast young Senna Aegis or Maverick Vinales?
I'm not picking Maverick Vinales. Do you see him getting signed?
Oh, yeah, I think so.
I know. Isn't that fucked that we have to say that?
I know. I think so. But you know what, dude? I'm excited for KTM next year. I know you're fucking off them, but they're going to have a cool fucking lineup, whatever they do. I mean, they're going to disappoint 4 fucking poor riders, but they'll have a really... Bro, Alex Marquez, and then hopefully 2 rookies, or maybe a Vinales just for a laugh.
Nah, we can't. He's got to go Italian Super Stock Series. They don't even run the slicks.
It's like Can on Chew fucking style. Turkish fucking super sports series. Jesus. It's like coming back to ASBK.
Maybe
it's like you're racing MotoGP, come back to ASBK.
Maybe Maverick Vinales has to boost ASBK. That's what he needs to do because he's been injured for so long and then there's still no real talks of him getting any better. There's no talks of him and Jorge Lorenzo. That's all weird and gone funky. I've just got nothing more to say about Maverick Vinales and KTM. I'm out of words, and it hurts.
Well, let's leave it at that then. Can we talk about Ai Ogura? We talked about him not winning a race, but how amazing his weekend was. Credit where credit's due. Pole position, second.
Your performance of the week?
My performance of the week. He's just a class act. And just looking at him after the sprint, after the main race, wasn't getting over. I mean, the Japanese don't get overzealous except in the sort of early 40s. But
early 40s, not their age, but the actual year time frame.
Yeah. So you obviously they don't get overzealous, but he looks fresh as a daisy, bro, after
I
those
know.
road race. And like Marc Márquez, I know he wouldn't be as ride fit as the rest, but he looked cooked. Man.
He did look cool.
Like fucking, Ogura takes his helmet off. His hair's perfect. Like
Straight hair, Barbara.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Don't know hair straighteners sold in Japan.
No, God no.
But no, you're 100% right. Like he looked like he hardly skipped a beat.
But in all seriousness, the pace he shows late in the race, you know, that's why it's so hard to win a Grand Prix, is because he had the tyres underneath him. He would have had the late race pace. He didn't have a lot of he wasn't following close any rider through the whole race either. So he would have had fresh tyres, as fresh as they could be. So there was no excuse. He should have come back. But to pass Marc Márquez to win a race, virtually impossible.
Nah, and like, yeah. Pole
And no one on that
incredible.
grid can do that.
No.
You know, it's not just him. No one on the grid can do that.
No.
You give Marc Márquez a sniff of victory, you know.
That's it.
Dovizioso got him a couple of times back in the day.
Your boy Rins did.
Rins, Silverstone is still one of the greatest fucking races ever. I love that race. But these days, man, far out. You know,
I will admit, I didn't see this from Ai Ogura when he signed into MotoGP.
No, we had all the fucking class act of him not signing with that Honda team. You know,
that was promise. That was a good promise.
That was good promise. Like that was like, this guy is intelligent, confident, self-confidence. Yeah. But yeah, he's and then off to Yamaha.
Well, there's a Japanese thing there. He just goes to a shit team. But with Ai Ogura, like honestly, credit, because it's not like he's argy-bargy as well. He pushes people. He makes aggressive moves. He's so calm and calculated off the track. He kind of doesn't give the press much, but he's super respectful. Like, I love how he goes about it. Very Japanese.
Yeah, very
And it's
Japanese.
so cool to, no offense to Europeans, but to not see a European up there as well, to see the Japanese, a Japanese rider up there. It's great for the sport. And it is cool that he's going to Yamaha. He's going to get a factory Yamaha paycheck, and he's a Japanese rider on a Japanese bike. Like, of course he's going to do that, you know. But to have Ai Ogura out there fast, argy-bargy, he's fun to watch. He's fun in the press conferences. I really hope he's got a long career in MotoGP and, you know, can fight for championships. It'd be great to see him fight for a championship on Yamaha. If you're Yamaha, do you build this bike around Jorge Martin or Ai Ogura? So he's your number one rider.
It's a great point because, I mean, you're so right. You sort of modern day GP, or even the last 20 years, you have to pick one, don't you?
For sure.
I mean,
there's always one.
When's the last time you've had two capable riders on the same team going at it and one of them wins champion? Like, you know, I just can't think of that since maybe Rossi and Lorenzo. Like, you had obviously all the years of Marc Márquez, and you had Bagnaia, you had Quartararo on the Yamaha. I mean, there's not really been a situation like that in a long time.
Two, like, world champions.
Who's finished first and second in the championship on the same team in the last 15 years?
It would have to be Rossi, Lorenzo. Like, surely we're not. Because Danny Pedrosa, obviously, like an alien, but was always the sidekick to Casey, to obviously Marc Márquez. It's kind of Mark and Danny Pedrosa, but they didn't really have that rivalry like a Jorge Lorenzo and Valentino Rossi, didn't they? And then Ducati was always kind of Dovi as the man.
They always talk about that.
And by the time Rossi was older, it's not, you know, he wasn't.
Yeah. So it's does it actually work in modern day? Even Formula One's the same. Like, you just have to pick one guy, you know. Because if you have two fast guys taking points off each other, then someone else just comes in and wins, you know? So, who knows? We'll see. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be the whole... Bro, I still reckon 2015 is getting rejigged, but maybe Marquez is going to win now.
I think Marquez just listened to our podcast and said, nah, fuck that. I'm going to be winning this championship.
This whole fucking Rossi-Marquez battle just ignites again, you know? Just ignites again over the weekend.
Let me talk to you about Valentino Rossi. So I had him in our world famous power rankings.
Nuffy of the week, James.
Fraud watch. So Valentino Rossi was asked about the Bezzecchi incident, and he said, I quote, "I think Marco did a mistake, but sincerely, I didn't expect that he couldn't race. but it is like this. So.
But what do you give the guy a double long lap or something? That doesn't fit the crime.
Okay, if that was Marc Márquez, what would Valentino Rossi say?
Oh, yeah, we all know.
You'd be say hung.
Three race ban.
Hung in Tabulia.
On the cross. On the cross, James. You're right, though. All jokes aside.
But, you know, like, come on, man. Like, I get it. You've got allegiances. But just be truthful and just say, yeah, that's what he deserved. Because he clearly deserved to be race banned.
That's a good thing about Massimo Rivola as well. Is he come out and criticise Martin for the incident, and then obviously criticise Bezzecchi as well. So,
but Rivola doesn't have the hatred like Valentino. He doesn't have the hatred of the blood.
Yeah, it's wild, isn't it?
Because if that was Marc or
then Marquez comes out and wins the race.
I know, crazy. I know. But what do you think of that? Because I think he's just not doing himself any favors.
But he hasn't. It's just him, isn't it? Like, that's just how he rolls. And the Italians, they just got to stick together. We all know this. So, I don't know, patriotic's probably the wrong word, but they're just fucking to the death, aren't they?
Mussolini style.
Yeah, it is. It's unbelievable. But yeah, no, uncalled for. It just could come out and say, yeah, I mean, he deserved it, and would have earned so much more respect from everyone.
I think so.
And I don't think even Bezzecchi would have cared, but he probably did deserve it. He knows he deserved the race ban.
He was crying, man. Of course. Yeah. Of course he knows he fucked up. But, like, to say that he didn't expect that, like, I just think it's just a silly move. Like, I don't know what you're thinking. Like, clearly it's worth the race ban. You can't hit a marshal. Like,
now, James, our friend Connor at On Track Experiences has the MotoGP package for you.
Mate, he does. We went to Thailand Grand Prix for round 1 this year. Had an absolutely incredible time. One of the best events we've been to. He is the man that we learnt gets things done at the Grand Prix.
He certainly does. He has access to things that money can't really buy, but you need to jump on their website, ontrackexperiences.com. All the packages are on there. Inquire now to any MotoGP race this year.
Yep. Inquire at ontrackexperiences.com. Hit him up on his social media on Instagram as well. He will not disappoint you, and that's a guarantee.
It's a Motorsport Republic, a guarantee.
Marco Bezzecchi knows that. And we all know that he can't hit a marshal. Like, I get it's your rider and there's allegiances, but then, like, you know, cooler heads have to prevail.
I'm sure everyone's watching the Soccer World Cup at the moment. What if a player right there slaps one of the linespersons or the referee? I mean, you think they wouldn't get a fucking ban? It'd be it'd be kicked out of the World Cup if that happened.
I know.
It's the same thing.
You know, there was an incident, and this is for Australian listeners, but there's an AFL football. There's an incident back in the 70s or 80s. This is back then, where a player punched an umpire. Life ban. Life ban back then. You could knock out another player and you'd get like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
You know, so
you just can't do it. You just cannot do it. They're an innocent bystander.
Helping,
volunteering a lot of the time as well. And they're in the limelight. What's the word?
Limelight?
Limelight. No, not limelight. The
Limelight. Our listener who messaged us, he listens to
Heather and Tong, Hammer and Tong. What the fuck is the terminology, James?
They're in the
firing
line.
line. They're in the firing line. Like, they're fucking in the gravel trap with riders going past. You don't know if someone's going to fall off.
100%, man.
And they're in the limelight as well.
I think it could be my favourite thing in the pods. You fucking up.
I'm like
sayings.
I'm like fucking big Billy Brownless sometimes on Triple M. That's for Australian listeners.
That's Victorian listeners.
That is true. Actually, you're right. But yeah, like I'm not putting their lives in danger. I'm not going to go that stretch in fucking imagination, James. But they're putting, you know, they've got their backs turned to fucking bullets coming out of the corners and stuff. So,
bro. I
credit where credit's due. I
couldn't agree more. You make me laugh, man. Far out. I want to talk to you, T-Shavs, about Fabio Quartararo. Is it just waving? Are we waving the white flag? Is that what's happening?
I think it was waved fucking last year, wasn't it? At this point, it's it's getting worse and worse. I didn't see the crash, and just on that, we talk about Mir finishing 5th. We talk about these incidents late, like in the back of the pack. Didn't see any of it. We had some criticism of the telecast over the weekend, but they just showed that front group the majority of the time.
Yeah,
I know.
Damn do you do, damn if you don't.
I know there was a lot going on, but we didn't see Mir. We saw a battle for 7th for I think a couple of seconds, but nothing Yamaha-wise, nothing at the back. Cole Crutchlow didn't get on screen time at all.
Nah.
I mean, I just don't see why it just can't. Would it be good to see? That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah.
Like the battle of the Yamahas out the back. It could be. I just want to see. Just give me a replay of a pass or something. Pass for 16th, something like that.
That's not asking a lot.
No,
That's not asking a lot.
No, just something. I just want to see something.
But you know what happens is they'll replay that pass and then like Márquez will punt someone.
But then you got this little side view, James. You got the side view that MotoGP invented. We talk about that. Or you can always have the leader on the side view.
If you ever want to crash in free practice, you just interview like a team manager.
Yeah.
And then there's like 4 crashes when old mate's talking about brake pads.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
I love that when that happens. And like you can just tell them like Matt Burt's just trying to get back on the commentary.
He's chomping at the bit.
Yeah, that's funny.
Oh, that is so fucking funny. But yeah, poor old Quartararo is absolutely done. Just put him on the Honda now for the test, seriously.
I mean, yeah, there's Nuffy of the week I had as KTM's reliability, James. I think
on top of Bezzecchi.
On top of Bezzecchi was the obvious one, but yeah, KTM's reliability, we sort of covered that. It's just not good enough for having like such a world class rider, James. World class rider like Acosta. You just can't do that. Every weekend something's going on with the KTM. Every single weekend.
If KTM is not fighting for race, if KTM isn't fighting for podiums next year on the 850cc's,
what?
Like,
what are you gonna do?
I'm not going to do anything. But they should just take a hard look at themselves in the mirror and give the fuck up. Go back to Erzberg and Enduro. Just focus on Enduro dirt bikes. They're good at that. That's it. Done. Put CF Moto in there. I've had enough.
Fighting for podiums next year.
If they're not fighting for podiums, they got Digia and Alex Marquez. They've both won this year. They should be fighting for at least podiums. If they're not, like, what are we doing? That's all, and is that asking a lot for a factory team?
Jimmy goes bang once again. Fighting for podiums is
for a factory team with an unlimited bank account. Yeah, they went broke trying. Shut up. And you know what? And that's a bullshit fucking argument that you talk about with that because now you got me going.
Why am I in the limelight?
You're so autistic. Now, you said, well, they went broke, but they went broke 8 years into their career in MotoGP and they still didn't do anything.
That's why I went broke trying. I went broke trying.
Fuck.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, next year, the real thing is seeing Pedro Acosta on a Ducati. That's exciting. That's exciting.
That's exciting. More exciting than anything, really, isn't it?
It is.
Now, what other notes do I have for you, T-Shavs? I think I've kind of covered everything.
All right, let's jump over to Moto 2.
Oh, sorry, no. Before we do that, I want to talk to you about World Superbikes and how they've lost Phillip Island.
Oh, of course. Yeah. We haven't spoken about that.
No, we haven't spoken about that. That news broke, 5 days ago or something like that. Going to the Bend from 2028. So 2027 is the last year of World Superbikes at Phillip Island, which I think is obviously criminal.
Yeah.
Because World Superbikes is the longest running track. Sorry, Phillip Island is the longest running track on the World Superbike calendar in history. I believe in history. It's Phillip Island. People think of World Superbikes, they actually think of Phillip Islands. Even though that's a stupid European championship for a nuclear power plant at Most.
Most, yeah. It's very sad. It's sad for the people as well, losing another big, massive event. This state's just gone fucking fucked, in my opinion. But there's so many different factors. The Bend, South Australia, just offering more goods. There's a lot of talk that Bend's going to be obviously taking the World Superbikes. Is it going to be a MotoGP circuit for the first couple of years? That's the other chatter as well, James. But what I don't understand is the crowd's not amazing, first of all, Phillip Island. But I don't know how they're going to get a crowd to the Bend.
Yeah, it's. I think the guy, and I'd like to have this guy on our podcast. What's his name? Sam Shaheen or something?
Yes.
I'd love to have him on the podcast. So if any of the listeners know him, send out I don't know, I'll call him or whatever. I don't know. How do you reach people these days? Email him. Because I would like to know what their plan is. What are they going to do different? Like Phillip Island's cool. Everyone likes going to Phillip Island. You can ride around the track. You could do whatever. Like, and at least there's still accommodation, but there's nothing around the bends. There's nothing there.
I know it's not as centralized, or you get down to Phillip Island, you stay down there. All the restaurants, blah blah blah, they're all down there.
Hahndorf.
The Bend seems to be there's a little bit here, a little bit Hahndorfing, a little bit too. It's still talk about Adelaide's already in the middle of nowhere. and then you got a middle of nowhere. Yeah, it's going to be a rough one. I mean, I'm sure the South Australian listeners are super excited, but yeah, I just don't see them getting a crowd at all.
But World Superbikes needs Phillip Island.
Yeah.
Because it's already dying.
Yeah, I know.
It's already dying. So, like, Phillip Island is an amazing track for these riders as a spectacle to watch, and it's in the perfect time for Phillip Island. You can't blame the weather. The weather's always good there in February, March. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't get it, but again,
It must be, like, my guess is obviously money, but it would have been like we get Adelaide and then little brother comes along to.
Well, I think that was always going to be the case. We sort of talked about that.
Like collateral damage almost.
When MotoGP's gone, I think it was, writing was on the wall, and that's all we heard. So who knows, James? They could be offering anything. There could be money involved. There could be promises.
100%.
Of course, that's going to be the case. But it's just amazing that the best circuit in the world is not going to see any premium, two-wheel motorsport.
Bro, like, what does that mean for Phillip Island, honestly?
Yeah, I mean, it's talk V8 supercars will be back there.
That's it. We're done.
But realistically, I mean, ASBK will go there a couple of times a year. I just don't know. I don't know. We don't know the ins and the outs. Like, I talk about how is it going to survive, but a lot of people, obviously, track days are huge down there. They produce a lot of money, but yeah.
But I think it hurts World Superbikes just as much because, like, the Benz doesn't provide anything. For me, the Ben doesn't provide anything. Okay, it's cool when World Superbikes go to like Misano or Jerez. Like, I can understand that. It'd be great for them to go to Laguna Seca. It's crazy that they don't, or Sepang or something along those lines. But Phillip Island's just one of those tracks where it's like they talk about World Superbikes trying to be for the people, not so corporate. And you've got MotoGP corporate going Adelaide Street Circuit. We all kind of understand why they'll do that, but to take it away from Phillip Islands is like the craziest thing ever. It's almost like backwards.
Very sad, Jimmy boy. Let's jump on to Moto 2. Ivan Ortola, after his long lap penalty, James wins the Grand Prix. Amazing effort.
Yeah.
Poor David Alonso, so close. Still only one victory in Moto 2 at David Alonso at Hungary last year. Philip Salouch, dream scenario for him, third place. Senna Aegis in fourth without the knee slider, James. Pretty impressive.
Crazy.
Manu Gonzalez, great ride from him, fifth place. Would he have a 9-place grid penalty, James, after leading in qualifying?
Yeah, got ahead of Guevara. Unbelievable effort.
Yeah, Guevara in sixth, Danny Holgado in seventh, Joe Roberts in eighth, Celestino Vietti in ninth, and then your boy Rueda, top 10.
Rueda's coming in,
First
mate.
one?
He's coming.
First top 10.
Might have got one before.
And
you got to remember, he had no preseason. Legs fucked.
Yeah, massively fucked.
Twisted backwards, inside out.
So it was fucking scary incident with him and
Noah DeWittler.
Yeah, DeWittler was super scary. A couple of points out of the race, James. Obviously, Ortola, first race win for him in Moto 2.
That long lap was cool.
Oh, dude, he was so fast, so fast, and to pass in the last corner, the last lap.
How good's that?
Schoolboy dream scenario. Talk about schoolboy dream. Philip Salouch. How good was his celebration? He's a cool character, man.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, he's a really cool character. Winning home Grand Prix. That's awesome for the fans as well.
Yeah. No, it was it's crazy. Like, David Alonso's obviously got promise there, clearly. Holgado's probably let us down a little bit, but
Holgado went out of the top 10 at one point and came back in. So
that's such Moto 2 for you right there.
Yeah.
Tyre's got their own mind.
Yeah. But yeah, it was I mean, it was a good race, wasn't it? I enjoyed it.
Moto 2's been awesome this year. It really has. Moto 2's been so fun to watch. Moto 3's almost been hit or miss, and that was an amazing race as well. But credit to Ivan Ortola and Manu Gonzalez, really, for picking up all those places. And again, like a championship type of ride.
Yep.
Just picking up the pieces and getting as many points as you can and getting ahead of like your rival, like a Guevara, like a Vietti. So really, really credit for him, and he is looking at the goods, Manny Gonzalez. And with that as well, Rueda in 10th. I think he is just slowly showing everyone why he's going to be fast in Moto 2 next year or two.
Takes a long time, though, doesn't it?
And he's been injured. He's a rookie.
Yeah, you're right. He's been injured. You are right. But it's amazing how they need a full year in Moto 2 now, don't they?
Yeah.
It's different from the past. Going from 125 to 250s was not as big as they say. The gap's massive.
Yeah.
Going from the 250cc to the 750 6, whatever it is, James.
765 Triumph engine.
It's a bigger jump. Just on that as well, Salach's FB. Hang on, James. I'm going to bring this up for you because I know you'll love this. Philip Salach's Moto 2 free practice 2 time would have put him P21 FP1 MotoGP last year.
I did see that.
So obviously the track was resurfaced last year, but then it's sort of come into its own with the hot temperatures this weekend. So it's going so fast. But yeah, they're not that far behind.
Ahead of Brad Binder, I think it was. Not that hard, but is it? You know what's crazy? Joe Robertson 8th as well. Where did that come from?
He won last year, this race.
Did he?
Yes, he did. There you go. Bit of T-Shab knowledge for you.
Do you know what I want to talk to you about? Bro, the fall from grace from Aaron Canet.
Oh, dude.
So there is rumours that Aaron Canet might not race in Aaron Canet might not race in Assen, and Mark Vidies are going to dump him, and he might sign for Ital Trans for next year.
Yeah, right.
And Mark Vidies is gone at the end of the year.
So is it just a full fallout between rider and team, you think? Like, because a guy can't,
for sure, 100%.
He can't go from finishing second every second race to being fighting 21st with a fucking... He was fighting with a reserved rider for who was it, James? Fucking help me out here.
Was it...
Shabi Zuratari or something, wasn't it?
Yeah, Zari
the Clint.
Zurutuza?
Yeah, like just up the back, you know, in no man's land, you know. So yeah, fucking hell, terrible. I mean, he's on the Buscaskouras chassis as well. What's the trans on, James?
It's a trans.
What's the tranny on, James?
The tranny's on a Galex.
Yeah, there you go. He needs to be back on the Kalex, my boy.
Bro, I was just looking at 23rd place. Angel Piqueras. Fuck.
Injured, but coming
Is he?
back. Yeah, I think so. All right, Moto 3, Jimmy boy. Your boy, Hakim Danish.
I was going to say that to you.
Oh,
Your
yeah,
boy.
Yeah, you got to love the Danish when you're at the buffet brekkie. Great. How amazing was that?
Oh, so cool to see.
First race win. So young as well. Brian Ariarte second, Quiles third, David Almanza fourth, Pratama in fifth, Carpe sixth, Marco Morelli seventh, Jolie Kelso eighth, good from grid racing, MLAV Racing, Scotty Ogden in ninth, and Valentin Peroni rounding at the top 10.
Hakim Danish definitely deserves to cry and carry on the podium when he's won his first race, not Hafiz Sarin style pre-race last in qualifying.
Do you like the headphones and the podium?
Yeah, that's like an MT thing. They have to do it.
Yeah,
because I think Atola did it as well, didn't he?
Both MT. So it was funny seeing him, little Malaysian kid with his headphones on. The thing.
Giant headphones.
So funny. It looks so funny. It looked hilarious. But yeah, man, it was awesome from him. Another ripping race. Anyone could have won that out of the top 5 there.
Bro, I know. Just talk about like such a stock standard good Moto2 race. And then Quiles was kind of the one that like fucked it up for everyone. He touched the rear of, I think it was Uriarte.
Yeah.
And then they both just lost time and it gave Danish, 4 or 5 bike lengths and then that was it. It's all he needed.
Yeah.
But it was...
up horsepower hill.
I love saying that, don't they? But you had a drink every time they said horsepower hill. You just got to get the drive up horsepower hill.
Yeah. When Matty Burnt really nails a corner name, he just gets flooded, doesn't it? He loves it. He fucking loves it.
Yeah.
Arabiata 1, Arabiata 2.
Pacini.
Yeah.
Still talking about Magello. But Moto 3, there's not much to say, but how good the racing is. And just for me, there's not too much to dissect in Moto 3. All I do is just watch it, sit back, and just appreciate the racing.
It's a great start of a Sunday evening, isn't it?
Yeah, you just never know who's going to win. And you don't know who's going to win normally into the last 3 corners, maybe. Sometimes the last corner.
Yep.
Which I love. You got anything else, Tom?
No, that's it, mate. Just a couple of pointers out of obviously testing. Testing's going to happen probably happening now, isn't it, James? Or we're about to start. So Marc Márquez and Aldeguer will be on the Ducati.
Like that.
Bezzecchi, Fernandez will be on the Aprilia. Pedro Acosta, Danny Pedrosa, and Apollo Spargo will be testing the KTM.
I thought it was only 2 riders per manufacturer.
Believe a KTM is allowed a third. Honda's got Mir, Marini, and Nakagami. And Yamaha's got Toprak and Augusto Fernandez. That's fresh off the press.
Yeah, okay, right.
So, interesting. Obviously, you said, James, 400 tyres across 15 different specs. I mean, that's pretty that he's going to be pretty crazy. Also, they've got an intermediate tyre and 2 different rain tyres. I don't know how they're going to test that, but
Get the hoses out.
maybe.
And there's no media there, so it'll be hard to get lap times out of everyone.
Yeah.
But like, it's not going to mean much anyway. Let's be honest. They're going to be
No, it's just a tyre test. So yeah, it's probably not as important as like if we were turning up to fucking Valencia test and they've named the 2 factory Honda riders, then you start getting a bit. We start throwing shit around the room and going, "What the fuck's going on?"
It's still crazy. I still think it's stupid. I still think it's stupid.
Everyone thinks it's stupid because Jack was asking that question after question because they would have been saying that in the media center. What the fuck's going on with that,
I still like, yes, it's Alberto Puig and he's obviously going to know a lot more than us, Puig. But like, I just think the reasonable option is to put Diego Moreira in there. Like, he must be capable enough to ride 1,000 and an 850. It can't be that crazy thing to say.
Yeah.
So I just kind of don't understand that. It's a bit of a backwards thing for me. And Honda's been so good lately, but they kind of let me down with that.
Yes. James, shoot me with some beautiful Shark helmets hot takes.
Yeah, Shark helmets hot takes. Thank you for everyone that's put in. If you're looking to get a Shark helmet, head down to your local dealer. You know, obviously which one to go to. But we've got the beautiful MotoGP Shark helmet, the Aeron GP T-Shavs.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Your boy Raul Fernandez, he runs a Shark.
Start the thrill, mate. Start the thrill.
Your boy, mate. Come on.
I had the appendix out midweek, Jimmy, and these races pretty good. Imagine you after your appendix.
Well, as I said, there's 2 riders on the grid, Ania Bastianini and Raul Fernandez. They both got nudes of you. I think I've got nudes here, but I can't hold that against you.
I don't think he actually had his appendix out, by the way, because that would.
I thought it was.
Yeah, well, he had appendicitis, but how the fuck did he come back after having getting his appendix out?
Athletes do it, man. They're fucking crazy.
It's wild.
They do. They definitely do it. So I wouldn't be surprised.
Imagine racing, then you have your appendix out, and then racing the week after, or a few days after that. Yeah.
And have you had your appendix out?
No, it's still in there,
bro. It's like so tender, but like I've seen footy players do it after a few days off, like Lockie Whitfield 2019 Grand Final. He had appendix out on the Wednesday. He was fucked. There was nowhere.
Yeah.
But for like Raul Fernandez, if he did, like I don't know how they'll do it, and like be in that position, like when you're in the tuck on the bike and everything, it's gross, man. But amazing if it's true. Amazing. Your boy at It's Called Papa. Just before I start these, we're gonna try and read out as many as we can, but we had like a crazy amount come through. Obviously after the best thing. So I appreciate everyone writing in. It's Called Papa. Could this be the best comeback in a MotoGP championship knowing he was injured?
It's going to be right up there with Bagnaia in 2022. So it's probably going to be even better. But it's obviously him winning, but it's really doing it to themselves as well to a certain extent.
Yeah, it's a bit of an own goal.
It's going to
2 own goals.
It's going to go up and down all year. It's going to be so exciting.
You think it will?
Yeah. Yeah, you're expecting a Marc domination from now on?
I'm expecting a Marc domination from the summer break onwards.
I will be very, very surprised if Marc Márquez wins this weekend.
I'm a little bit the same. I don't know if I'm going to have him in my first.
No, I think I just... Bear's comeback for me has to be on. Has to be on. And it has to. He's had 2 shit weekends. He's got to win this race.
I know.
See what he's made of, James. This is a big thing.
We'll talk about it on Patreon. At Chrisabella _ I'm going to San Marino this year. Will I get killed wearing 93 merch?
Should get some of those Oakley Meta glasses and just walk around. See what you probably get hissed at, as James reckons.
They do hiss. I would love Chrisabella to let us know how you go if you are wearing 93 merch, because that would be very interesting with all the crazy Italian fans. At Luki Kappa, the onboard camera behind the front wheel needs a return and more onboards in general. Completely agree.
Yeah.
We miss a lot of onboards.
Yeah, we do.
The rear wheel one was sick. I don't know why they don't do it as much anymore.
It'd be some bloody safety thing or something. Who knows?
Well, they put a camera in their shoulder for one point.
Yeah, but they got rid of it because of safety, Jim.
Broke collarbones.
Exactly.
There's great footage of Valentino Rossi on the Repsol Honda 2003 looking up at him and his eyes. And like you'd obviously see him turning the bike, whatever, but you can visibly see his eyes. And it doesn't even look like he blinks for a whole lap. Yeah. Amazing footage.
Imagine the size of the cameras back then as well. Now they're like little pencil sizes.
Yeah. It is crazy. Sean.com. I still don't think Marc will win the championship. You guys are underestimating the Aprilia.
Good call. Good call. We'll see what happens with that. It's an interesting take, but again, he just looks unstoppable. I know 3 weeks ago we were totally opposite. I get that, but
Marquez haters, apparently we are.
Dude, we've been like the biggest Marquez fans ever.
You giving him credit is crazy.
You know, like I was not a Marquez fan back in the day, like a lot of us weren't. But you just got to appreciate how this guy's come back from so many different injuries and how he just dominated. Like he's the best. He's the best ever. You know, it's as simple as that.
Simple as that. T-Shav goes bang.
I still think Rossi's done more for the sport, James, but
Correct.
But talent-wise and just the resilience of Marc Márquez, I mean, that's just the most amazing thing.
I've never really seen someone try and tarnish their career as quickly as Valentino Rossi, though. Just the shit he comes out with sometimes.
Yeah.
At Jojo798, most exciting Constructors' Championship in 10 years as well as rider. Good point. It used to be Honda and Yamaha, Honda Ducati for a bit. Yep. So I think it's fun to see two manufacturers that clearly don't like each other, going head to head with Bagnaia, Marc and Bezzecchi and Jorge Martin.
Yeah, it's exciting. It really is. Battle of the Italians. So, unbelievable. Who would have thought that 10 years ago?
Or, yeah, I know. or as the guys in Aprilia like to call it, the Battle of the Italian and the Germans.
Yes.
They call the Ducati guys Germans. At Nick Jerfy, Mir to win another race before Pedro at this rate. Get KTM out. See, people coming on board. People are coming on board. Get KTM out. They're done.
Don't know about Mir, but...
Well, okay. There's actually the same amount of likelihood of Mir crashing and Pedro Acosta's bike failing.
Yeah, it's true. That's a good point.
And you can't win a race on a failed bike.
I just had a crystal ball moment. I just see Mir going well at like San Marino for some reason. All right, James.
Well, I'm going to hold you to that.
22nd of June at 8:25 p.m. That's the crystal ball moment. Mir to win at San Marino this year.
All right, hold you to that. The fans will hold you to that as well. Fuck, bro. That is a random
Danny Pedrosa style back in 2016. It was just stations, hold stations with like 5 laps to go. And he just went bang and wins the race. Do you remember that? That's for the OGs, Jimmy boy.
Let me look that up.
No, don't do a Curtis and take fucking 25 minutes. It's going to take too long.
What? It's AI, bruh. I'll tell you right now. Oh my God, you fucking got it. Danny Pedrosa first, Valentino Rossi second, Jorge Lorenzo third, Marc fourth, Maverick Vinales somehow fifth, Dovi sixth, Michele Pirro, Factory Ducati seventh, Cal Crutchlow eighth, Polo Spargo ninth, and Alvaro Bautista 10th.
So what was so crazy about that race is, my recollection is, seriously 5-6 laps to go. I think Pedrosa was 4th or 5th and just flipped a switch, brother. He just flipped a switch. So
amazing. Something must have happened that day for you to remember that.
I don't know.
Just the right amount of wine, I reckon.
Well, it's interesting. I'm thinking June 2016. I was, probably wasn't my finest couple of months there.
You didn't, okay. I don't think you slept for about 8 months.
Yeah.
So, however you want to gather that, not sleeping for 8 months.
It's actually amazing that I actually had any memory or recollection of that time.
There's something in that.
Yeah.
There's something in that. That's
actually
so fucked that you just said that.
Yeah. Wow.
It's true.
It would have been around this time, wouldn't it, June, you'd think?
Yeah, it's when I came down that one time and you ignored me for a weekend. Remember that, bro?
Yeah, I do. 10 years ago, brother. Come on,
move on. Exactly. Joem1_. That mid-season surgery could be what wins Marquez the title this year. 100%. Not even a mid-season, start of the year.
But how he's bounced back even from that, it's amazing.
I know, bro.
Like incredible. So.
I was thinking about during the weekend. I was like, I just wouldn't be surprised if like Marquez gets popped for like fucking steroids or peptides or something.
Yeah, geez, I haven't even thought of that. Or some like
loses all his titles.
That peptide we were talking about, the muscle
BPC 157,
like that kind of shit. Yeah, interesting.
At Louis Lou Williams, what do you think of no PI in World Superbikes? So we touched on it. Absolute joke.
It's to be honest with you, it's probably not going to affect us that much. It's just a really good, solid weekend of the year that we look forward to, which is sad. Will we make the trip over to the Bend? Probably not.
No, I'm not going unless like someone wants to pay for us to go out.
It's a big commitment for a weekend that we love, and like we love seeing you guys down there and stuff. That's going to be the saddest part, but we'll see. We'll see what happens.
It's just not what World Superbikes needs. It's not what they need.
Yes and no. I mean, they need change, don't they, James? But not this change.
Not that type of change.
No.
We don't know what they need. I would love for World Superbikes to be what they were in the late 90s, early 2000s, and I'd be watching it every weekend, but it's not.
22 MotoGP races, though. It's just a lot of action you get already. So,
Yeah.
hard to follow both sports. And also, people more people watch Formula One now, and, this sport's so accessible now. It's just so hard. You don't really have so much time in the day,
Yeah, I know. I get that, but...
If I watched every single Superbike session, I'd be way more into it and probably still enjoy it to a certain extent, but it's not MotoGP. So why am I spending my time watching something lesser than the premium?
Yeah,
option?
but it obviously worked at one stage.
But
it was fucking awesome.
It was a more premium option back then to watch,
Well, not in 2004. You had Valentino Rossi at the height of his powers. I was watching, James Toseland and obviously Bayliss and Corso in the earlier days.
But 2004, was the racing that good back then, MotoGP? Was it really that good?
Well, yeah. It was huge.
No, I'm talking about MotoGP.
Yeah. Yeah, I still think the racing was good. Yeah, for sure.
Not as good now as now.
Ducati was coming good.
Not as good now. The racing's better now. People forget that. People think, oh my God, it was so much better back in the day. But the racing is better.
Yeah, probably. You're probably right.
The gaps back then were just it was a different time. You don't get guys winning by 15 seconds and stuff now like you did back in the day.
No.
You get guys a
You're
second
right.
apart not being able to pass because of the tire pressure and the size of the bikes, but you don't get those massive gaps for first place.
I think the racing was at its worst from 2007 to 2012 for me. I think that's when the worst racing in MotoGP was because you had the CRT era. I think the CRT era might have actually been 2013, 2014, whatever it is. But I still think around 2007 to 2012, maybe just pre-CRT, when there was no riders on the grid. The 800s were doing nothing.
Yeah.
Anyway, at Suddy289, Pecco informed, does he ever refine champ form / mojo, or has Mark's mind fucked him too bad?
No, he'll bounce back.
I think he has already found a bit of form. So where he's going to win another championship, I just don't think so. I'd love to see him up there in Aprilia and fighting Bez. I think that'd be really interesting because they're two obviously very good mates. But it's good to see, as we started the pod off, great to see him find some form again. And I hope it stays. I really do hope it stays.
Yeah.
I'm come to be a big Pecco fan. I'm like Lorenzo, hated him. It's not like I really hated Bagnaia, but I was just he was just boring.
He'll win 4 races on the trot and from with 5-second leads, just do nothing. You'll be off him again.
100%.
Because we like an underdog. Naturally like an underdog. I mean, you know me with my underdogs, James, but...
You only follow underdogs.
I do.
At Brisky, no relation. Diego Moreira will win a race before Acosta. Diego Moreira will win a race. That was my fault. Yeah. Diego Moreira will win a race before Acosta.
Nah, no way. Absolutely no way.
No.
You're going to have Quartararo on a Honda next year. It's going to take him some time to get up to speed, but he'll be fast.
And Acosta's on a Ducati next year.
Yeah.
Yeah. If Acosta Stockholm syndrome himself like Quartararo on the Yamaha and Joan Mir on the Honda, then no. Then Moreira would probably win ahead of him, but it's just not the case. At J9 White 99, there's something deeper going on at Aprilia. Some kind of shitty culture within the team.
No, come on. No, it's a couple of rough weekends. That's not knee-jerk reaction like we always do, Jimmy.
We had Jorge Martin push the team member.
Yes.
A few rounds ago. Then we had we've had Jorge Martin try and get out of the Aprilia contract. So then that's obviously, upset everyone. Upset the apple cart, as I believe what the saying is.
Apple card, James. No, it's apple cart. It's apple.
So you've had Martin push the rider. You've had Martin try and get out of the...
You've had Martin crash and knock half the team off.
And you've had Bez
Yep.
glove slap a marshal.
Yeah. Pressure, mate. It's all pressure from both parties. I mean, pressure from Jorge Martin trying to get to the leader for that race in Balaton Park. So hard to pass now. So much pressure on him. So he's just gone hell for leather.
This is a whole new thing now for this podcast.
Hell for leather, James. And then you had Bezzecchi crashing on the last lap of the sprint, or was it second last lap possibly, and then slapping a marshal. I mean, it's pressure. It's build of pressure. But nah, it's got nothing. I don't think it's got anything to do with the team culture.
I don't think it's a team culture thing either. I think Rivola's like trying to put him in line.
Yeah. He's a great operator.
He's a great operator. He's just got two loose little.
But Bez is not loose. This is the thing. It's so out of character from him.
It is.
It's so out of character. Like it's a fucking Martin thing to do. It's contagious. That's the problem.
God, imagine if Martin.
Imagine Martin did that. Imagine Martin did that.
Yeah,
dude. Like that's front page news, and you know he wouldn't be fucking sorry. I'm telling you right now.
He wasn't sorry when he took everyone out of Balaton Park.
Yeah, killer attitude.
It's very. Oh, that's why Martin's friends with Alicia Spargo.
Low T, James.
What?
Low T from Bez crying.
No, really, I respect it.
High T.
Yeah, I respect it. I think it was great seeing him do that.
I love it. Good response.
I think it was really good to see him. It just shows that he cares. Like, fuck, it's all right if you cry. I've cried in front of you. I reckon I've cried in front of you before a pod once.
Oh, that was the Bagnaia days, but
it's true. At Luki Kappa, ever since you mentioned Leopard and their business activities, they've turned to shit.
James,
Who's next?
James, can't talk about Leopard. We got the ACCC chasing us.
Isn't that the tax office?
Consumer Affairs. Oh. No, yeah, you're right. Leopard.
Let me reset it. Ever since you mentioned Leopard and their business activities, they've turned to shit. Who's next?
Oh, who's next? Who's next going to be turning to shit? Well, bro, like fucking MLAV have done really well. I mean, like we obviously know the guys from MLAV, but they were fighting for one singular point last year, and then now they're finishing top 10, which is awesome. So
yeah.
not them.
Yeah, I was like, where are you going with this?
Not them.
But the Leopard is the only one in question for funny business activities.
Oh, okay.
Is what we're saying.
Yeah. No, I can't think of anything else because MTI boys got the headphones, so they'll sell a few of them.
Well, I don't know what Clint is. The other aqua blue bike in Moto 2. Don't know what Clint is. It must be something. I hope it is. But Leopard, the energy drink, is a little bit suspicious. But we're not allowed to talk about it too much. We had someone in our ear. Wasn't good.
Yeah. European correspondent.
But if Leopard do want to sponsor, we're all ears.
Yeah, but yeah.
Bro, I want you in like a thick gold Leopard chain.
Oh, with my boy, because the owners of both. He's like a Timu Campanoni, isn't he?
I haven't seen him. What's he look like?
Dude, you haven't seen him? What the hell? We'll go and run into him at Philip Wild. Let's get introduced to him.
Our European correspondent did get told off by Big Dog Campanotti.
He did.
At J. Krez, should a team try and sign Quiles for next year while the changes are happening? Just get him to skip Moto 2.
No. You need to learn the racecraft on a slightly bigger bike. I mean, he's obviously a generational talent, but no, you need the 1 or 2 years in Moto 2. I don't care how good you are.
Yeah, I agree. Last two. At Braden_Hardcastle, OG fan.
Helmet winner?
Helmet winner. Nah.
Won the helmet.
He won a helmet? Did he?
First year when we were doing the pod.
No shit. There you go.
Yep.
Bez to dominate Assen. On your side.
Yeah, I agree. Not dominate, but he just has to win. It's as simple as that.
Yep. I like it. Last one at Matty Stevens. Also OG fan. Relationship between Bez and Martin will turn sour. Only if they're fighting for a championship or fighting against Mark.
I just can't see. Oh, jeez. I was about to say I can't see Bez angry.
Oh my god.
No, let's just put that out the window. No, but I just can't see him showing that in the public eye. I reckon there's already tension there behind the public eye already. It has to be, after getting taken out, in Balaton.
Yeah, so, for sure. But, maybe that's where a lot of the underlying
it's probably already soured. We won't know. They won't show it to us. I don't think. So
I don't think they will.
That it?
That's it. Thanks for everyone.
Yeah, that was awesome, guys. Jump over to Extra Chats now on Patreon. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe to our Patreon for a preview show of the Dutch TT.
Yep.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Bye.